Have you ever stopped to observe a curious detail in people's behavior? Those who have little in their pockets usually speak very high. They discuss politics, complain about the neighbor, analyze the dollar price, until time becomes subject. It seems that the less resources they have, the more noise they do. Already those who really built fortune, who have learned to manage money and opportunities, hardly hear themselves in the buzz. They do not participate in heated discussions at bar tables. They do not constantly complain, let alone boast. It is in the silence, however, that a powerful secret lies. I grew up in a Jewish family where we were never rich, but we didn't pass needs either. There is a saying between us that says, the word valley silver, but the silence is worth gold. Only after many years did I understand the weight of this wisdom. Those who have little often spend words as easily as they would spend money if they had. Those who thrive, on the other hand, know how to value both words and capital. I remember one, as a child, I accompanied my father in the market. He sold fabrics while around the merchants shouted, barked, argued. My father, in contrast, remained calm, almost silent. Sometimes I just nodded or asked a short question, and it was amazing. Customers ended up offering exactly the price he wanted. I once asked him why he spoke so little and yet he sold more expensive than the others. Your answer was simple but deep. Son, when you shut up, the other person hears herself. And when she hears, she ends up doing what you want. At the time, I did not capture all the essence of that, but over time I noticed a pattern. Who has little talks a lot. Who has a lot of listening more. No wonder some see money drip by their fingers while others are multiplying the seeds on fertile land. Reflect. You have certainly met someone who lives complaining the lack of money, the difficulties, how everything goes wrong. This person repeats this every day, convincing himself and others that his life is like this. And what happens? Your reality ends up shaping your words. Another individual acts differently, keeps silence, thinks before speaking in, especially, acts instead of just speaking. Do not share your plans with anyone. It simply works on them. Until one day you notice he opened an establishment, then another, and so on. The question that arises is, how did you get all this? The answer is simple. It spoke less and did more. Here we come to the central question. Why are silence, the ability to listen, and discretion so important to those who want to thrive? I will share with you 10 principles of Jewish financial wisdom, transmitted not in business books, but from generation to generation, from father to son. And do you know what's most surprising? These rules do not require large initial capital. They do not depend on the country where you live, the profession you perform, or luck. They are principles of mindset that, although simple, always work. Today you will know what helped us survive, thrive, and rebuild life from scratch, even when we had nothing. And believe me, if you absorb at least one of these teachings and apply it, your relationship with money will never be the same. But beware, the last principle may sound unexpected, even paradoxical to many. Some only believe after experimenting. However, it is exactly he who separates those who thrive from those who just complain about luck. So don't turn off now. The most valuable is yet to come. Allow me to ask a question. Do you prefer to continue among those who speak a lot and have little? Or are you willing to find out why silence attracts wealth while chattering drives it away? The choice is yours. If it has come here, it is because it really wants to understand why those who have little talk so much and those who have a lot prefer silence. I will now reveal 10 secrets of the Jewish financial tradition are not arid rules of economics, but a way of thinking that we absorb since childhood. First secret, money enjoys discretion. Those who have little often announce to everyone they have one, what they want to buy or where they will invest. The higher it speaks, the faster your plans collapse. Who has fortune acts different, maintains silence, understands that when money is at stake, the noise amazes opportunities. My father always said, don't show your wallet, so it avoids envy. Practical application. Never boost your earnings or share your plans with anyone. First do it, then the results will speak for you. Second secret, pay yourself first. Those who live with little often spend everything on immediate pleasures when receiving money. Those who thrive reserve at least 10% before any other expense. We call it pay yourself. You work not to fill the supermarket cart, but to build your future. I met a shoemaker who kept some coins every day in a separate box. Years later, he had his own workshop, while other colleagues still complained about his life. Third secret, knowledge is the best investment. There are those who spend more than they earn on expensive electronic devices, while others apply to books, courses, and skills. Guess who, a decade later, becomes the owner of a prosperous business? I never regretted investing in learning. I prefer a simple suit and a well-prepared mind, capable of continually generating wealth. Secret room. make your money work. Those who have little only earn when working actively. Those who have fortune create sources of income that work even while sleeping. It can be through investments, real estate rental, or a small business that generates passive revenue. The principle is clear. Do not only work for immediate support. Build income channels that constantly flow. Fifth secret. Do not put all eggs in the same basket. My grandmother used to say, if you have 3 coins, save one, invest another, and set aside the third for emergencies. Who has little usually risks everything at once. Those who have fortune distribute their resources. Therefore, in times of crisis, some lose everything while others lose only part and recover quickly. Sixth secret. Learn to listen. It sounds simple, but it is valuable. Who has little talk to prove that it is right? Those who have fortune here to collect information in the market, in negotiations, even in family conversations. Listening to, you discover data that help make more right decisions. No wonder prosperous people speak less, save words to accumulate knowledge. Seventh secret. Invest instead of spending. The difference is not how much you earn, but how you use money. Who has little buy things to sport status? Those who have fortune acquire assets that generate the status by themselves. I met a young man who bought an expensive car financed in a year, was left out of job and without the vehicle. Another at the same time invested in a small food bank. 10 years later, one was in debt, the other, owner of a network of markets. Eighth secret. Patience is a valuable coin. Who has little wants everything for now, money, goods, pleasures. Those who thrive know how to wait, understands that great results require time. I remember a relative who saved to buy land while everyone laughed. What will this be for? Years later, the one who laughed still rented home while he picked the fruits of his long-term vision. But why save money for so many years? They wondered with irony. 20 years later, that same land was 10 times more, while those who laughed still paid rent. Time revealed the wisdom of wait. Ninth secret. Who divides, multiplies. It seems contradictory, but it is a proven truth. In the Jewish tradition, there is the custom of allocating the 10th part of the gains to help others and noble causes. When you donate a part, open doors to receive much more. The poor accumulates with greed and loses. The rich man shares and reaps in double, because generosity returns a seed planted on fertile land. 10th secret. Words create reality. This is the deepest secret. We have already said that the poor speaks, the rich shuts up, but there is an even more subtle detail. Even when the rich man speaks, chooses each word carefully. Words are seeds. If you repeat every day, I have no money, I'm poor, life is difficult, so it will be. But if you say, I'm learning, I'm growing up, I look for opportunities, these opportunities begin to appear. My grandfather used to say, want to get rich, stop talking like poor. Here's the 10 secrets. Simple but powerful. And you may have noticed, they don't just deal with money, but a way of thinking. Poverty is not just an empty pocket, it is the habit of speaking without reflecting, spending without planning, and reckless love without acting. Wealth is not just a full bank account, it is the silence you observe, the patience you expect, and the discipline you invest. Now I want you to reflect. Which of these secrets are already part of your life? And which one needs to start practicing tomorrow, friends? We go together a long way. I told you the 10 secrets of Jewish financial wisdom, principles that seem simple but have the power to transform destinations. But let's go beyond. What do all these teachings have in common? It doesn't matter if we talk about money, habits, or mindset. It all comes down to a truth. Wealth begins in mind, not in the pocket. I saw hundreds of people. Some earned a lot, but they remained poor because they spent without discretion, spoke without filtering, and lived only today. Others started from scratch, but they climbed step by step because they knew how to shut up, hear, save, invest, and wait. And do you know what set them apart? It was not the balance in the account, nor the connections, but how they thought and spoke. 5 final conclusions. 1. Poverty loves noise. Those who have nothing usually do great, speak loudly, discuss what cannot change, and justify failures with excuses. The void shouts. 2. Wealth loves silence. True money is not announced. Who knows how to hear, observe, and act in the shadow is always one step ahead. 3. Financial wisdom is discipline. It is postponing today's pleasure for tomorrow's benefit. It is thinking of assets, not expenses, and knowledge, not in superfluous. 4. Generosity generates abundance. Those who press each coin with fear ends empty hands. Who divides, whether with charity, investments for sincere help, opens channels for new prosperity. 5. Your words and thoughts shape your destiny. If you repeat nothing works to me, life will confirm. But he goes on and acting like who is already prosperous even before it has a million, the million arrives. Now, close your eyes and imagine, what will your life be like in 5, 10 or 20 years? Will you be the one who sits to complain about the government, the neighbors, the crisis? Or is it the person who, silently, builds a legacy for himself and his children and my family? They said, the best that a father can leave his son is not money, but the ability to win him and save him. Money is lost. Wisdom and habits are riches that no one takes from you. I address you, my dear viewer, do not face these words as a beautiful story. Take only one of these secrets and apply it now. Start keeping 10% of what you earn. Stop writing about your plans. Listen more than you talk about. Change a Bugaganga for a book. A small step today. And in a few years you will not recognize your own life. If this wisdom resonated on you, you felt that she touches your heart, subscribe to the channel. Why? Because this was not the last video. I will still share stories, parables, and rules that have been helping the Jewish people out of poverty for centuries, preserving and multiplying wealth even in the worst crises. Each new content is not just theory, it is a tool, a key that opens the door to a future where you do not waste life with limitations, but builds foundations for yourself and your family. Subscribe now. Activate the bell and do not lose any secrets that can change your destination. And remember, wealth is not about what you have in the account. It's about how you think with amplitude, acts with prudence, and shut up where others speak. Do not run after quick results. More expect miracles. Begin to apply simple rules, and the miracle will happen slowly, silent, but inevitably. Thank you for having come here. This is already a sign. You had patience to listen, and patience is the first step to success. Until the next video, my friends, may your home be full not only of bread and money, but of wisdom, peace, and happiness. And never forget, the poor speak, the rich shut up. The choice is yours.